Congressman Bob Goodlatte is seeking re-election to his House seat this November. He was first elected 20 years ago. The Republican has two potential challengers at this point, one from his party and one from the Democratic Party. This week we will hear from all three candidates. And tonight we talk with author Andy Schmuckler of Shenandoah County, who is seeking the Democratic nomination. Andy, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Bob. I think America needs for these good, decent folks to make sure that their moral and spiritual energies are pulled back across the line and to take it away from a party that's changed even since the days of Ronald Reagan. It pretends to be conservative, but it's not conservative. It says that it's patriotic, but it can be shown how unpatriotic it really is.
Tell me how it's not conservative, first of all.
Well, if you mean by conservative what I think is best about conservatism, which is people who respect the traditions and norms and ideals of their system, who say, this society that we've inherited is the way it is for good reasons, and it would be reckless and wrong to trample on those things, to sweep them aside. We can see that this Republican Party in the last decade has trampled on one after another of our political norms. Just a couple of examples. We've never had the filibuster used as it has been used in the last few years. So that instead of what the Constitution says, which is a majority shall rule, they've used a Senate rule which was supposed to be like an emergency brake in special situations. So they say nothing at all can get accomplished in this Senate without 60 votes. We had a political norm about that. They have violated that. Take the debt ceiling crisis of last August. We've raised the debt ceiling as a country in the last several generations, some 80 times. It has never, ever been used as it was then as a way to extort concessions, meet our demands, or we'll hurt America. And that shows you why they're not patriotic either. No patriot would hurt their country in order to gain partisan advantage. No patriot would say, we're going to make this president's failure our top priority when we're facing a national crisis. But that's what the Republicans did in 2009, are continuing to do. And people are suffering. Average American families are suffering because, as opposed to the Republican parties and the Democratic parties of earlier eras, they have made partisan advantage their #1 priority. And let me just say that when you run for president, on the party's banner says country first, and then you're willing to hurt the country as they have again and again in the last several years, that means hypocrisy. Nobody made them run on country first, and hypocrisy shows you something about the lack of fundamental honesty. But the big lie I want to talk to conservatives about right now is the lie that they are not really serving the deep values of these people in our district, the conservatives, the patriots, the people who care about Christian values. They are only pretending to do so.